This is an emergency movie review episode. I just got done seeing Sinners. It is 420 weekend. It is Easter. There's a lot of stuff going on today. I got events to go to literally in like an hour, but I had to stop what I was doing. Everything had to pause in the world so I could come do the Sinners review. The Sinners review is right now the most important thing on my list of things to do. It's just how phenomenal it was. Let's get right to it. Let's cut to the chase. Sinners, 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 Sinners. If you haven't seen it, please, please, please go see it. And I highly encourage everybody to go see Sinners while it's still in IMAX. In 2 weeks, it's not going to be in IMAX anymore, and they're going to replace it with Thunderbolts. He specifically shot this in all of the different formats that the best and the dopest format, they only have it in 10 theaters. Everybody else, please, 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 please go see this in IMAX before it gets swapped out for Thunderbolts. It's fantastic, and I think everybody should see it and hear it and it's intended, how it was intended to be seen and heard. I don't remember the last time I went to an IMAX movie, and I don't remember the last time I went to the movies on a day that wasn't a Tuesday. I go on Tuesdays because that's the $5 to $7 Tuesdays or whatever. So I broke my norms for every single thing going into this movie. I had heard so much hype about it. A big reason I wanted to come even make this review out of cycle is because I keep seeing so many people talk about it, so many positive reviews, so much praise. I was almost scared that somebody was going to put a spoiler on the timeline. So I rushed to the theaters to go see it. And it did not disappoint. It truly did not disappoint. If I'm on a 5 rating scale, y'all know I do 1 out of 5. Yo, this movie is 10 out of 5. This is the best movie I've seen in theaters all year. It might be the best movie I've seen in a minute. The last time I seen a movie that was this good to me was probably Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I'm not saying that they're similar movies. I'm saying the way that I walked out of the theater, how I felt. Sinners, I walked out of that theater and I didn't have to wonder if I liked it or not. I didn't have to go marinate it on it. I didn't have to sit on it. I knew for a fact that I loved it. I just needed to figure out how to articulate why I loved it, and that's pretty much what I want to do in this video. I mean, honestly, we're talking about Ryan Coogler here. He did Fruitvale Station, he did Black Panther, he did Judas and the Black Messiah, he did Creed. Like, this guy is really, really good at making blockbuster hits that still have cultural impact. And I feel like a lot of the blockbuster hits, especially the ones made by black filmmakers, sometimes they still have to cater to like certain audiences and certain demographics, and I feel like Ryan never does that. Or at the very least, he does it in a way where you are watching a black film because it's by a black filmmaker, but it's a film. It's a film that everybody could still relate to. It's a film that everybody could still see a piece of themselves in, but especially black people. Like, we've been watching white films forever and been able to connect with them no matter what, even if it was made about white people. I feel like it's awesome for that to finally be reversed a little bit. Everybody could connect to our stories. Everybody could connect to our triumphs. Everybody can connect to our drama, and it does not necessarily have to be trauma. One of my favorite things about this movie is I forgot I was watching a horror film for the first half of this film. It was just so beautiful, and I was enjoying the world that they were building. I forgot it was a horror movie. The characters were getting developed. I was falling in love with what was going on, the style. If you're from the South for real, this movie's gonna hit for you even harder. Character played by Delroy, I think his name was Delta Slim. Boy, he sounds just like my papa from North Carolina. Like, to a T, like certain things that he said in the vernacular and with the dialect as an older Southern man as well, it sounded exactly like how my papa talk on the phone, where if you don't listen with a certain ear, you're not even gonna really understand what he's saying. You got to listen more intentionally, and I love that. I loved it even when they was driving through the cotton field, because that's just terrible fucking thing that was just a part of our history. But they driving through the cotton field, and never once did I sit here and think I would be saying, wow, that cotton field looked great, but it looked fantastic. The young boy, Miles, he had such a great voice. Come to find out, the singer, Her, that's the person that put him on with Ryan Coogler and was like, yo, you should audition for this part. He never even acted before, and he bodied it, bro. He held it down. So hopefully we see more of him. Original IP. And there's like some articles going around. I think Variety is the only people that's really talking bad about this, and that is so whack to me. This is Ryan's original IP. The only other instances that I could think off the top of my head of people that own their IP is Quentin Tarantino sometimes. I think Jordan Peele owned his IP with Nope. They owned the IP of A Quiet Place. Those are the ones that I know, like, those are original ideas, not a remake, it's not a sequel, it's not any of the stuff that we generally be complaining about nowadays. The cool thing about his deal is in 25 years, he'll be able to own that IP. Mind you, I don't know why he can't just own it already. Maybe it's because it has to get funded and that's just like a part of the process. I'm not really sure. I do think the parallel to it is in 25 years, he'll get his masters back instead of never being able to get it back or never being able to own it. 25 years seems like a long time to me, but everybody's celebrating the deal so much that I think I should just be happy for it too. I really enjoyed this movie. It's a cinematic masterpiece. It's a musical masterpiece. Even the music alone in this film like stands alone by itself. Like, I could just listen to the music from this film probably as its own soundtrack, and I probably will. The scene, and I'm no spoilers ever, but the scene where they're going through all the different genres of music might have been one of my favorite scenes I've seen. I'm not gonna spoil anything for y'all, but I definitely want to highly encourage everybody to go watch it in IMAX in the biggest possible format you can before it's not in theaters anymore. Obviously, it's still going to be in the regular theaters, but it's only going to be in these IMAX theaters for 2 weeks after its original release. I think it's dope that Ryan was even able to pull this off. I see so much support. I see him doing so much press, and I think the directors that don't do press, the directors that don't want to go talk to people, the directors that aren't afraid to go explain their art and go tell people their art and talk to people and touch the world and get on these podcasts. And I've seen Ryan on hella podcasts. I've seen him on hella publications, and people love him. Like, the fact that I was watching one of his interviews and I learned that his wife was one of the producers on the set, and that's, to his words, part of the reason why it's the best movie he's ever done. That, for me as a filmmaker, I learned a lot just from hearing him speak about it. So I really value the fact that not only the movie's doing well, but he popped out to come talk about it, and I really value being able to hear from him. It's a great film. It's definitely in the standing for the #1 movie of the year. I'm expecting to see it at the Oscars. I'm expecting to see it get all the love and praise that it deserves, no matter how early it came out in the year. And I do think it's interesting how even in a world that's not focusing on black trauma, which I hate black trauma movies. Oddly enough, tell me why the white people is still the villains, and they found like the evilest of the evil white people. They kept saying like, oh, these are like the worst ones. Like, I'm like, damn. But I'm just happy to see a black vampire movie. I'm happy that black people can be even in that time and not be restricted to just slavery and black trauma and just stuff that I'm tired of seeing. This is such a fresh take on something in this time period. I don't really get too many dope depictions of 1930s. You know what? They kept telling me that Jonathan Majors was supposed to be in this movie. Michael B. Jordan did such a fantastic job. I can't even see where Jonathan Majors would have even fit into this role. This was written for Michael B. Jordan to play both roles of Smoke and Stack. The twin thing, I love that they did research on the twin thing. When he's trying to roll up the cigarette, oh my goodness, bro. Oh, see, that's how good it was. That's how good it was. This is Scope the Scenes. I'm your boy Lex Scope. Normally every Wednesday I'm dropping a video rating 5 different movies in a TV show. This is a one-off. I had to come do an emergency broadcast for Sinners because it was just that fucking phenomenal. It really, really, really was. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to all the beautiful black women that held it down. And shout out to that white girl too that's like 1/9 black or something like that in real life that got back to her roots from all of this. What's her name? Haley something or another. She killed it too. I will say, I think she the one ruined it for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna spoil it. I will say it's her fault a lot of that bad shit happened though. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. I loved Sinners. I'm gonna get off of here or I'll just keep yapping about Sinners forever. Please go watch it. Please let me know what y'all think in the comments. Sinners is gonna be one of the biggest movies that we get of throughout the whole year. It definitely needed its own video. Peace.